Hi there, I'm Sandy Zimmer. Welcome to my YouTube channel. Can't wait to share this project with you. Okay, so today I'm going to work with the Cape Cod paper collection. I have done several videos with my VIP group on my Facebook page, and I will put the link to my Facebook page in the comments so that you can have a look at that. And if you're interested in becoming a VIP with me, I will also put the VIP link in the comments so that you can join and you can see how these were created. Okay, so I love this layout. So I went ahead and I did my best to recreate it. You can see that I left a little bit of a wider border on my lagoon than they did, but I really am loving how that all turned out. And again, if you're interested in learning how to do that, you can click on the link in my description, and that will take you to the VIP sign up, and then you can become one of my VIPs and you can watch how that was done in that group. This is the second page to that, and I created this on my own, just kind of with the leftover pieces that I had. And again, you can see that in my VIP page if you're interested, and learn how to create that. So what I'm working with now is just sort of the remainder of my paper pack, and I'm just going to show you the paper pack here. So this is it in its entirety, and the sticker sheet. Beautiful, beautiful papers. You can also buy the Cape Cod coordinating cardstock, and you can use the embellishments here, and I will be using some of those today. Those were used right here as well. You can ink them up if you'd like to. You can add some extra detail by adding dots and things on them. You can add some ink colors. So they are so much fun to work with. So I will be using those. There's also a digital art collection, which I did not use in either of these videos, but it is certainly fun to do if that is something that you're interested in doing. This stamp set is another stamp set that I will be using, and I'll show you some of those pieces today. I created what I call card candy or art candy, and that's using these stamps right here. And again, if you're interested in learning how to do that, you can join my VIP group and you can learn how to build that. And I will be using that on this layout as well. Okay, let's get started. So off camera, I went ahead and I did some designing already. This piece of paper, I simply cut in half, so it's 6 inches wide, and I've put it on the sides there. This is a zip strip, so our papers come with a little bit of a 1/2 inch zip strip on the edge there. So you can go ahead and cut those off before you begin scrapbooking, and you can use them for embellishments. Now I did use this zip strip for that little piece right here where I stamped Paradise Found on. So this piece is not a whole 12-inch piece, which it normally would be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this in half, and I'm going to adhere it on here, and I'm going to use half of it at the top and half of it at the bottom, and no one will ever know that it wasn't a full piece. Okay, so I'm just going to put adhesive on that, and I'm going to adhere it. Sorry, I'm going to start at the bottom here. I'm going to adhere it on the side that's the paper. And I just need to flip this over so that I can get that right on there. Now when I cut my zip strip off, I can see that there's a little bit of an edge there that I didn't quite catch, so I'm just going to snip that off with my scissors so that it's 12 by 12 all the way. I could also use my paper trimmer for that. And there we go. Okay, now what I want to do is I want to create a centerpiece here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut down an 8 by 8 piece of paper here. Let's move this out of the way. This paper trimmer is awesome because it's easy to see here. So I'm going to go 8 inches, 8 inches, and then I'm going to turn it and go 8 inches again. And I'm going to use that to go right in the middle there. So that's going to cover up my little space right there. Okay. Now, if you don't like this side, you could always flip this side over and put that on there. But I really like the look of the wood, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do my best to put that down. Now, if you have one of these wonderful tools from close to my heart, you can use it to help you. And I like to just glue it down to the center of my paper here. And I'm just going to lift that off quickly here. Going to use my sides here to help me line that up. So I can grab my ruler. Let's go 2 inches, 2 inches. And I will just pop that on there. And then I know that that is centered in the middle of my page. Okay, so we have our 8x8s here and we've got that all set out. Now I'm going to grab some 3x4 photos and we could set them out. Now our photo placeholders go vertical or horizontal. So we can do that. We can space them out however we kind of want. I do want to kind of incorporate this image, so I'm going to set that down there. Now I could go like this as well. Okay, now sometimes it runs over the edge, so you might want to put, you know, a little mat around it and then have it go down there. Or maybe you want the mat to be in the middle. You can play with a few different ways of doing that. I could also do a couple going this way. And then I could mat that one and have it go that way. And then have a horizontal one here. And I think that is the image that I like, so I'm going to go ahead and commit to that. So I'm just going to adhere those down. So I'm going to put those two there. Now I could also kind of get that same amount of border around the edge there. And I'm just going to temporarily adhere this onto there. Like that. Now I could put that like that. I could even throw it off to the side if I want to. But I'm going to go with this for this one. I'm going to line up the white edges there so my photos are like that. So that's where I'm at for that one. Now let's see what we have on our sticker sheet here. So Life's a Beach, Find Your Wave. I like that one. Let's slide that underneath. And where do we want that to go? I do like it right there, so I'm going to slide it there. Okay, what else can we put on here now? We also have all of these embellishments as well. So we can use some of these. And then we could use something else that we have here. Kind of like that. So I'm going to go ahead and commit to that. Now this is a sticker. So I'm going to go ahead and use my anti-static pouch on this and just get the stick off of that. And then I'm going to use some 3D foam tape and pop that up. Okay, and that will allow me to still go ahead and slide my photo under there. Okay, so I like how that's coming together so far. And now I'm going to switch to the other page, to this one. Okay, so I have this word life, and these layer over top of them. So life, and then beach is calling. So I will just put these together and then I'll come back. Okay, so now I'm back with this word life, and I have just taken the brown pieces and put them over top of the white, so you can see they've created a bit of a border. You want to make sure before you put the glue on that you've got them going in the right direction. Some of them are a little tricky and you might accidentally put the glue on the wrong side. So those are all done up. Now I'm just laying this out on my mat here, and I like this beach is calling. So I'm going to back those with some white. So I'm just going to glue them onto this piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to trim around the edges, and then I'm going to come back and put those onto my page. So here we go. Those are all ready to go. I'm going to put some adhesive on those and line them up. Now right now it says beach is life calling, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense, but I'm going to fix that in just a moment. So I've got the rest of this wood grain paper here, and it's 8 inches by 4 inches, so it's the leftover piece from the other page, and I'm just using that for my mats in behind. Now I'm just grabbing that beach is and putting some adhesive on the back of it. I'm cutting it apart, and I'm going to just separate it so that it does make sense. And I decide on my placement for the beach, and I like where that's going so far. I like where the life is. I think I'm happy with that, so I'm going to commit to that and put some adhesive on the back of that. And then just going to line it up. I'm not really one for having everything be straight, but I don't know why this time I decided to go ahead and do that. So I'm just lining up those letters as straight as I can here. And you could use a ruler if you wanted to make sure that they are perfectly straight if that matters to you. But it doesn't matter to me all that much. I always like it to look like it is handmade, so you know what, it's fine. At first I was going to put the is right at the end of life, And then I felt like it just didn't really fit. So I just used my scissors in a little bit here to lift those up because there was adhesive on the back. But I didn't stick it down hard enough that it was going to ruin my paper or anything. So I decided to put the "is" on the other side of that zip strip. And I'm going to move the calling over just a little bit more. So now it says "Beach Life is Calling." And I really like how "Beach is Calling" sort of creates a set of stairs that are leading to my pictures. I feel like that's kind of a leading line that just helps me see them. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to commit to this 8x4 piece of wood grain paper here and put it down. And then I'm going to put my photo placeholders on there. So I'm using 2 more 3x4 horizontals. Again, you could go the other way. You can align this however you want to and use whatever size photos you want to use. But for this layout, this is what I went with. And you will see again that the photos are kind of coming off of that mat. They don't always have to sit right on top of the mat. I'm now adding a 4x6 photo placeholder there as well. And I thought it would be kind of fun for this layout to maybe put a flip-flop on there. So we have our package of 4x6 flip-flops. So you can see here that this one attaches at the top and you can flip it up. And in that same package, there are 4x6 flip-flops that attach on the side. So you could attach it to the right side or the left side, and then it would open kind of like a book. So I decide that I want to go with the one that flips up and down. Now you can add these right now onto your layout, or you can add them to your page protector later on. The choice is yours. I decided to add it right now, and then what I would do is once I put it into my page protector, I would just put a little bit of a slit there that I could pull that flip-flop through. Of course, when I'm pulling it through, there is no photo inside of it. It's just the plastic, so that it will slide through that piece of page protector. And then you can put your photos in on top and inside, obviously. And then you've got that layer. So then you've got an extra set of 2 photos that you can put in there, or you could put some hidden journaling in there if you want to. So I'm just going to slide in this photo placeholder just so that you can see that you just slide your picture in there. And then, like I say, you would be able to put 3 pictures in there, or, you know, add some extra journaling in behind. So you can get as many as 5 pictures on that page. Sorry, had to count in my head there for a second. Now I just want to add some embellishments to this page. I'm just going to use this sticker, "Welcome to the Beach." I thought that was pretty cute. And I'm just grabbing a piece of foam here. And I'm just using that to put some ink around the outside edge there. And I decide on the placement there. I kind of like how that sort of overlaps. And I've got one of those little fences still from the embellishment pack. So I'm just going to add some liquid glue onto that. That's just a nice, easy way to adhere it. I sort of like the layers of the wood paper in the background, and then the sign, and then the little fence. And then I grab one of these acetate embellishments as well. This little shell is just so gosh darn cute. And you can add more of these throughout the layout as well. I actually decided this time to use some foam tape on the back, and I wasn't sure how that was going to work. I thought you might see it, but it actually turned out really well. And I also added that starfish from that embellishment pack. So I'm really liking how that's coming together and how these 2 pages go together as well. So I could stop there, but I decide I want to add just a couple more things. I like this white leaf because I have some of those leaves on the other side. And I also really like these little birds. So I'm just trying to figure out where I want to put those, how I want them to fill in some empty spaces. And I decide I'm going to put the birds on both pages, and I'm going to use them to create some leading lines from my left page there where the word life is, onto my right page. And you'll see when I put them together that they sort of make your eye follow those birds onto the next layout. So that's always a nice thing to keep in mind when you're doing a layout, is that you've got that continuity and those leading lines that are leading you to your photos rather than off the page. So I really like how that turns out. I've got a group of 3 on one page and a single one on the other page. So I decide I'm going to move those leaves over to the other side. I have one more of those brown leaves, and then I move that white one over, and I think I'm just going to grab some stickers and create a little cluster there. That sticker just helps me to hold it all together. I think I want one more sticker, so I grab this cute little one with that seaweed, I guess it would be, on it. Now I'm just going ahead and I'm using my anti-static pouch, because they're stickers, to get rid of the stick on the back there. And then again, I'm going to go in with my dimensional adhesive and just pop that on the back so that it can lift up. And it just creates a little bit more dimension as well, which I'm really liking on this page. I love using the tips of my scissors to get the sticky off of things. It always works so well. And then I just sort of place it there in that little corner, that little opening. I really like how that's turning out. So far, so good. There are my little embellishment clusters. There are my birds. Another little embellishment cluster, and of course that one that I made for my VIP group. So I want to say thank you for watching. My name is Sandy Zimmer. Please check out the description below for more details on where you can get the products and where you can find information on the projects that I did off screen. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.